They say you can't outrun the past, but in Blackwater, Louisiana, the past runs to you. My name is Jake Miller, and I moved here seeking peace, a quiet place to escape the city's noise. I found a charming little house on the edge of town, one the locals eyed with a strange mix of pity and fear. They told me stories over lukewarm coffee at the town diner, stories about Storm Eliza. Decades ago, a hurricane named Eliza had torn through Blackwater, leaving a trail of devastation. But the real horror wasn't the wind or the rain. It was what came after. They spoke in hushed tones about a little girl, drenched and shivering, who would appear on the stormiest nights, her voice a thin whisper carried on the wind, asking the same question: "Have you seen my mommy?" They said she'd knock on doors, her small fists a soft, rhythmic thud against the wood. Old man Hemlock warned me, "Son, if you hear that knock, you don't answer. You board your windows and you pray for morning." I dismissed it as local folklore, a ghost story to spook newcomers. That was my first mistake. A month into my stay, the sky turned a bruised purple. The weather forecast screamed about a tropical storm making landfall, and an eerie familiarity settled over the town. The wind howled like a grieving mother, and rain lashed against my windows. I was settling in for the night when I heard it. A soft, hesitant knock at the front door. Thud, thud, thud. My heart hammered against my ribs. "It's just the wind," I told myself, a branch hitting the door. But then a small voice seeped through the cracks, a child's cry, almost swallowed by the storm. "Have you seen my mommy?" Every rational thought fled. This wasn't a story. This was real. I crept to the peephole, my hand shaking. Standing on my porch was a little girl, her hair plastered to her face, water streaming from her tiny frame as if she'd just climbed out of the river. Her eyes, wide and dark, seemed to bore right through the door, right into my soul. Before I could even think, she looked up, straight at the peephole as if she knew I was there. Her lips parted, but it wasn't a child's voice that came out. It was a gurgling, watery sound that echoed the storm's fury. "I know you're in there. Mommy said you'd be waiting." The knocking started again, harder this time, splintering the wood. I stumbled back, scrambling for my phone, but the line was dead. The knocking became a furious pounding, the entire house shaking with its force. That's when I saw the water seeping under the door, dark and murky, pooling on my floor. I'm still in this house. The storm is still raging, and so is she. If you're watching this, don't ever come to Blackwater. And if you hear a knock in the rain, don't you dare answer.